So welcome everyone to VWEC Metaverse Expert Series. We're so happy to have you join us for today's presentation. For those of you who are new, you can find our website in local chat. I just added it right now. And you can also find VWEC on many social media channels, which I'll add to the chat as well. After today's presentation, we'll be moving over to the deck for a more informal conversation and social time for those of you who are able to stay. We're pleased to offer our Expert Series presentations in both text and chat. We would like you to know how to find out about our events. Our survey plan gives you a quick survey that is a great help to us. If you would please fill it out and feel free to send it along with any comments that you have. We'd like to thank you for joining us for today's presentation. I'm very pleased to introduce our guest, Bruce Gross, who is Cooper Swizzle in Second Life and OpenSim. Bruce spent over 14 years as a senior corporate trainer, delivering leadership and communication training to all levels of management. While his early work relied on classrooms and webinars, he pioneered the use of 3D virtual environments to transform traditional training into immersive, engaging experiences. In 2023, Bruce became Kitely's ambassador and now consults with training in the 21st century, helping others unlock the power of 3D for learning and collaboration. Today, Bruce will be presenting Immersion, Imagination, and Interaction, the power of 3D experiences, taking us on a journey through a series of innovative 3D projects built in OpenSim. His presentation explores how virtual worlds can deepen learning, creativity, and connection. With that, please welcome Bruce Gross.
Hello, and thank you everyone for being here as part of the Expert Series. Now let me just start off by saying I don't consider myself an expert. What I am is someone who learned a lot along the way. And that's what I've discovered in this. Using 3D environments is hands down one of the most exciting, immersive, and honestly effective ways to train, to facilitate and bring people together in ways traditional methods just can't. So should I call myself an expert? Well, I've learned that I don't need to be the smartest person in the room. I just need to make sure that I have the right people with me in the room with different strengths, different ideas, and a willingness to collaborate. That kind of mindset has helped me create things in 3D I never could have pulled off alone. It's been an amazing ride so far, thanks to the creative and talented people I've been lucky enough to work with, such as Carla Kincaid Yoshikawa, who served as my eyes on the PowerPoint and created the videos that you're about to see, Kim Starr for her wonderful Animesh creations, and Christine Nin for scripting the Animesh scripting program. With that all being said, I welcome everyone on a journey through imagination. What you're about to see isn't just 3D, it's storytelling, training, and entertainment woven into an immersive digital world. Important note that I must tell you about. You're going to be reviewing 4 narrated videos. They will be available on the link I'm going to put in the chat right now. I'll tell you when to start the video, and the video will tell you when to pause. Don't go on to video number 2 until, you've been asked to. I appreciate that. So even though Brayla talked about me, I have to talk about myself. So I am Bruce Gross, also known as Cooper Swizzle, in both Second Life and OpenSim, where I reside in Kitely. So here's a quick intro for those who don't know me. I've been exploring how virtual environments can enhance education, creativity, and human connections since 2010, when I started here in Second Life. I'm a graduate of the 2012 class of the University of Washington with a virtual world certification, where I met Val and Xenia, and I am the ambassador, as mentioned earlier, for the VWEC in Kitely. I do training consulting for training in the 21st century, where I've created learning programs enabling peak performance to achieve strategic organizational objectives using 3D environments. I find 3D environments to be the most effective and engaging way to present many subjects using both synchronous and asynchronous learning processes. When appropriate, I've been known to combine it with Zoom and webinar-based meetings, as well as e-learning courses to introduce 3D to the company that I work for in the Bay Area. What you'll see today is a result of years of collaboration, imagination across our communities in both OpenSim and Second Life. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a journey. One part of it's memory, hard innovation, and entirely immersive. And because it's a journey, I'll be asking for your thoughts as we proceed through this presentation. What you'll see isn't just a series of projects in a virtual world, it's proof that this dynamic power can give us more creativity. We can use technology to get us to where we want to be. Whether it's a bus tour that flies over Paris, a look at the amazing diversity of the possibilities AI can provide, an art installation of cubes, or a fashion show that's never been seen. This journey is an exploration of how storytelling meets simulation and imagination becomes real. So, my first question to all of you is, what's your thought? What I'm going to ask you to do is in the nearby chat, you're just going to type the number. So, which part of today's presentation are you most excited to hear about? The bus tour, AI, art installation, or a fashion show with synchronized animesh characters? Go ahead and type in the chat. Cool, from what I can see, a lot of you would like to hear about the bus tour and the AI expedition, but I've got news for you. We're going to see it all. So with that, my next question is, what is your level of experience collaborating in 3D environments? Again, you'll just type a number, but do you collaborate almost all the time? Collaborate often? Collaborate occasionally? Or rarely to never? That's great. I like seeing a lot of the number ones. So one more question. What is your level of experience using 3D and virtual environments for formal training processes? Extensive experience? Some experience? Have had one or two? Or never experienced it at all? All right, so we're 3 and above, so that's very good. All right, let's move on. But what if learning didn't just happen about a place, but in it? Instead of passively absorbing information, what if you could step into the story? Well, buckle up. We're about to leave traditional learning behind and take flight, literally. This was no ordinary bus tour. The bus talked, it flew, and it transported passengers through magical worlds, soaring over Venice, ancient Greece, and Paris, in a breathtaking journey that educated us as well as entertained.
This bus was created by Kim Starr, who not only built the bus, but also scripted its movement. She provided a thoughtful guided narration that enhanced the tour, helping participants understand what they were seeing and what was coming next, just like at a real-world tour. The journey begins as people from the VWEC get on the tour bus and lifts off, yes, lifts off, from the OpenSim World's Fair, rising into the sky above the Training in the 21st Century exhibit. We soar across Paris, gliding past the glowing Moulin Rouge, beneath the towering Arc de Triomphe. This is why I'm passionate about 3D training. It brings the world to life. Now, we're going over Venice, my home away from home, sailing above the Grand Canal and the Rialto Bridge. These moments were co-created by Kim Starr and myself, blending art, culture, and storytelling in a way only 3D can.
All right. So, what's your thought? If you could take a flying tour through any historical or fantasy setting in 3D, where would you like to go first? Ancient Greece, Lunar to Mars, Atlantis, a city of the future, or Venice? Type your number in the chat, please. Yeah, I too would like to go to ancient Greece. All right, one more. What's your thought? Do you see the value in using a guided 3D tour as a teaching tool? Yes, immersive learning is powerful. Maybe, depends on the subject. Nope, I prefer traditional methods. Okay, I see most people are choosing one, and there's a few with number two. Depends on the subject. From my experience, just as a on the side, I, along with Carla Kincaid Yoshikawa, who is here in the audience, we have taught sexual harassment prevention in 3D, and it's been very, very successful. And that was a subject that many people thought could not be done in a 3D environment. So, if flying the bus blew your mind, just wait till you meet the AI. Your new co-pilot for writing, building, and unlocking endless creativity. The immersive exhibit introduces a variety of cutting-edge AI tools that compose, respond, and occasionally surprise. This innovative experience was brought to life by Kosheri Mahana and Kim Starr, with a little help from me. Here's a glimpse into the learning tools of both the present and the future. I say the future because these AI programs aren't standing still. Every single day, they're getting faster, smarter, and more capable. What we're seeing now is just the beginning. These programs can assist anyone willing to learn them, just like we all learned how to function in the 3D world. At the AI exhibit at the World's Fair, you would have found a variety of feature AI tools such as Rodin, Bing Image Creator, Leonardo AI, Midjourney, ChatGPT, he's my best friend by the way, 3D AI Studio, AI for Sound, FakeU, and Meshi. That's also a new favorite of mine, just to name a few. And now I'd like to introduce you to this next video that Carla Kincaid Yoshikawa created for me and spoke for me.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but in 3D, we need a short video clip to be able to tell most of the story. In this segment, we watch as Carla Kincaid Yoshikawa leads a tour for her colleagues, highlighting just how accessible and powerful AI has become for creating in 3D worlds. This isn't just about exploring a space, it's about discovering the tools that empower anyone to build their own. As Carla walks through the exhibit, she passes 4 booths featuring Tripo 3D, 3D AI Studio, Genie, and Rodin. Each of these AI platforms was given the exact same prompts. Yet, as you'll notice from both the video and the still image, the results vary dramatically. Different furniture, different refrigerators, and entirely distinct interpretations. It's a compelling visual demonstration of how each tool interprets creativity in its own unique way. Interestingly, the entire space you see was built using Meshi, an AI-based tool that simplifies the creation of 3D models from images or sketches. Meshi makes it easy to generate base models, which are then refined using Blender, a powerful 3D modeling tool, to prepare them for use in-world. At the end of the video, Carla introduces one of the many AI image generators that's making waves in 3D, Midjourney. Midjourney is an AI tool that transforms simple text prompts into stunning images. These images are often used as textures, concept art, or reference points when building 3D environments. Its style-driven approach produces results that are not only visually rich, but also creatively inspiring, serving as a valuable resource for designers working in virtual worlds. This demonstration reminds us that we're not just observers, we're creators, and with tools like these, the possibilities are virtually endless.
So, what's your thoughts? What kind of AI experience would you most like to try in the virtual world? A chat box that teaches a skill? AI that critiques and improves your art or writing, an AI character that responds to your choices, or number 4, something musical. Cool, thank you. All right, the next, what's your thought? How do you feel about AI as a creative collaborator in art, fashion, or storytelling? You're excited, you're curious, you're concerned, or you're not sure yet? All right. Thank you so much for responding. So now we're going to leave the world of artificial intelligence, where data learns, adapts, and even creates. We now turn our attention to creativity in its most primal and personal form, human expression through art. While the AI exhibition showcased how AI could interpret the world, our next stop invites you to explore how we can showcase artists past and present. The art installation isn't just about visual appeal, it's a journey through imagination, emotion, and storytelling. So get ready to shift your algorithms to artistry, from code to canvas, and as we step into a space where every brushstroke, texture, and design speaks a language older than technology, the language of the soul, created by artists we know and didn't know. The art installation, created by Kim Starr, Koshari Mahana, and myself, features a striking display of colorful cubes. Many viewers have noted its resemblance to Piet Mondrian artwork from the Netherlands. With its clean modern design and immersive feel, this installation doesn't just display art, it becomes art. On the outside of the exhibit is the following phrase: in the world of creativity, every brushstroke echoes through time, each canvas concealing a lineage of inspiration, like nesting dolls, one within the other. Feel free to unwrap these artistic layers and discover the hidden influences that shape the world of art through the ages. Each cube showcases iconic works by legendary artists such as Andy Warhol, Georgia O'Keeffe, Michelangelo, Sandro Botticelli, Salvador Dali, Vincent van Gogh, this one I'm going to mess up, Wassily Kandinsky, and more, many of which you'll see in just a moment. So now, if you'll go to the next video, you will see the art installation.
As you watch this, imagine your students stepping into art, not just looking at it, but walking through it. That's the power of 3D environments. It transforms learning. They're not just reading about Hokusai, they're standing in front of that towering wave, feeling the motion, the moment, like stepping into history. With a single click, they teleport to Maxfield Parrish's glowing dreamscapes, bathed in golden light and that unforgettable parish blue. Then bam! Jean-Michel Basquiat. His art doesn't whisper, it shouts, raw, rhythmic, alive with energy. In 3D, his voice practically echoes off the walls. From there, it's a cosmic leap to Peter Max's psychedelic universe, bright colors, swirling space, and pop culture magic. His work wasn't just art, it was everywhere. Then comes Frida Kahlo, fierce, fearless, painting her truth with every brushstroke. In 3D, her spirit surrounds you. And finally, the elegance of Erte, master of Art Deco. His figures don't pose, they perform, draped in flowing fantasy and timeless style. And those pieces you just saw on the right, generated with ChatGPT. Every exhibit is a portal. This is where technology meets imagination. This is how we bring art alive.
So, what's your thought? What role do you think art plays in 3D learning environments? Do you think it's essential, important, secondary, or you're not sure? Thank you for your responses. So as the final piece of the art installation settles into place, we're reminded that art isn't confined to canvas or sculpture. It lives and it breathes every form of creative expression. That spirit leads us seamlessly from the art gallery to the high fashion runway, where imagination meets fabric, form, and flair. A fashion show isn't just about clothing. It's a living story told through texture, color, and movement, and it continues our exploration of immersive 3D storytelling. So in a space, we just don't tell a story, we invite people into it. They don't just watch it unfold, they walk through it, feel it, and in many ways become part of it. That's what makes 3D such a powerful medium for honoring the past, celebrating creativity, and building community. Let me share one such story with you, one that began in New York City. The Otobre family was known for their fine tailoring and exquisite couture. James Otobre took his skills as a pattern designer to Europe. That's where he met Gino, a wildly imaginative designer whose sketches captured not just clothes, but the very essence of the people who wore them. The connection between James and Gino sparked more than just beautiful designs. It forged a deep friendship, and soon a creative studio that pulsed with energy and innovation. As time passed, they moved to a business model based on personalized service and expressive fashion. They didn't follow trends, they provided bold ideas tailored to their customers, individually with drama and fearless flair, with labels like Me Jane and Tiger Lily. And then along came Karima. Karima was a musician and performer who met Gino in the 1970s. Like Gino, she was driven by passion and creativity. Gino and James invited her to join them after they moved to Costa Rica, which she did in 1975. Gino continued his work as an extraordinarily creative fashion designer until his passing in 2020. The fashion show is a heartfelt tribute to Gino's creativity, and vision by Karima was designed and reimagined by Kim Starr for the 3D runway. Kim masterfully combined cutting-edge tools, ChatGPT, Voice AI, and the Animaster program to bring Gino's fashion vision to life. She began by uploading the fashion images selected by Karima into ChatGPT, which then turned around and described each outfit in vivid detail. These descriptions became the spoken narration, transformed by using Voice AI into a realistic voiceover with a lifelike announcer's voice. Now, if you'll go to the next video clip, I'd appreciate it. I think you're going to enjoy it. Watch it to the end, because at the end it's quite amazing, and give me applause when you're done.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show will begin shortly. We're delighted to welcome you to a designer's legacy, from paper to pixels. This special fashion exhibit was inspired by the remarkable body of work Gino left behind, a collection of creativity, elegance, and timeless style. We invite you to linger, reflect, and celebrate the legacy of a man who turned imagination into art.
Up first is Gino's red silk and chiffon cocktail dress. It boasts a plunging neckline for the more daring gal. The dress is adorned with jewel clasps at the neck and the waist. You too can be the lady in red.
Kim used Animaster to sync the voiceover with the model's movements, coordinating every step, turn, and description of the Animesh characters. Her Animesh models, using traditional walk animations, were synchronized with the vivid descriptions and with each other via Animaster, creating a seamless blend of storytelling and style. Gino's original sketches served as the foundation for this show, each design a wearable work of art. The 3D show concluded with a final bow by Gino's avatar. and then a deeply symbolic moment. Near Gino's passing, when he was staying with Karima, she noticed he would sometimes flap his arms. She finally asked him, "Why are you flapping your arms?" He turned to her and said, "I'm turning into a butterfly." She remembered this a few days later when he passed away. With Gino's final farewell, she included this memory of him by showing his transformation into a radiant butterfly to honor his belief in transformation and his enduring spirit. Only in 3D could this kind of real-time symbolic meaning be communicated so easily. The fashion show is just one example of the innovation thriving in OpenSim and Second Life, where immersive experiences turn creativity, storytelling, and skill building into something amazing that can extend a legacy.
Okay, moving on. Thank you so much. Glad you enjoyed. So, what's your thoughts? So, what did you like most about the 3D fashion show? One, the realistic movement of the models and your visualization, what they look like. Two, the storytelling behind the outfits. Three, the setting and atmosphere. There isn't a fourth, but I'm going to add it now. You liked it all. Thank you. All right, so the Animaster is what helped Kim create the whole fashion show. And the Animaster is actually called the Animated Animesh Control System, otherwise known as AACS, which was created by Christine Nin, Carla Kincaid Yoshikawa, and myself with the testing by Kim. The Animaster does exactly what the name promises. It enables the seamless synchronization of sound and movement for both Animesh characters and even prim-based objects. Imagine your characters waving to each other from across the room, walking together and engaging in fully animated, interactive conversations with voice and nearby chat perfectly synced. Create fully orchestrated scenes where characters talk, move, emote, and react in real time. Whether you're building immersive role-play environments, designing interactive shows, or crafting engaging educational experiences, this system empowers you to turn imagination into reality. One thing I'd like to note is when Kim was ready to start the show, she just pushed one button and all of those Animesh characters that she had created and then put the Animaster in them was all done on one button. So you don't have to worry about making sure each one's going on its own. And I'm excited to announce to all of you today that we are currently working on getting the Animaster in the Second Life marketplace. Not sure when. There's a couple of little glitches that have to be worked out before it can come into Second Life, but we will keep you posted. Now, let's create together. That's my closing statement. As we wrap up, I hope you have seen those virtual experiences are more than just pixels and scripts. They're portals. It's into memory, it's into meaning, it's into what's possible when we dare to try to blend art, AI, and human connection. Whether honoring the legacy of a designer like Gino, exploring the future through artificial intelligence, or simply pausing in front of a cube of artwork, everything created was meant to make you feel something, to reflect, to smile, to wonder, and maybe even to imagine what you could build next. Let's keep creating worlds worth exploring. These projects remind us that creativity doesn't have borders. In virtual worlds, we're not just building environments, we're building experiences. Let's keep exploring, imagining, and creating together. Before I ask the final, what's your thought? I have a confession. A lot of what you've heard me say and read in this chat was cooked up by my very smart, parentheses, and slightly robotic friend, ChatGPT. We teamed up to create this experience so you could have one too. Because if we're going to go down the rabbit hole, we might as well make it together and entertaining. So on that note, your final thought. Which word best describes how you're feeling after seeing these pictures, videos, and hearing about these 3D experiences? Were you inspired? Does it make you curious? Are you overwhelmed in a good way? Or were you motivated to explore more? Cool. A lot of you chose number 4. I have one more slide to share with you. This is the Let's Go Cave experience. So I'd like to personally invite all of you to the Let's Go Cave experience on August 16th. It's also in the MOOC. It's going to be held at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So you too can experience a learning like you've never seen before in 3D. You will step back over 17,000 years into the flickering firelight of prehistory with the immersive 3D recreation of legendary Let's Go Cave. Walk in the footsteps of early humans, artists, hunters, music, and storytellers whose spirits still echo on the walls. What you're going to see? Stunning recreations of Paleolithic paintings, bulls, horses, symbols. You're going to discover how they lived, hunted, and survived, and cooked. You're going to experience the theory behind their art, the ritual, the magic, the early communications. You'll hear the echoes, feel the torchlight, and sense the sacred stillness. For those of you who have seen my caves that I have built throughout the years, this one is like no other that you've ever seen in 3D since I've been in 3D since, 2010. So I hope you can make it. And you'll also hear music. We have musical instruments that have been recreated for this experience. Now, I haven't had a chance to read what's in the chat, so hold on a second. Thanks, Val. Esperanza, it will not be in Second Life. As I said, my home now is in, I go between both Second Life and Kitely, but this is being built in Kitely. But everyone is more than welcome to hop on over, because remember, we're all one big metaverse. So with that, I want to thank all of you for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. And if there's any questions, comments, go ahead and put them in the chat, or if you're allowed to talk in here, that's great too.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and close it up, but drop things into chat for just a second, and then we'll open up voice as well. So I want to thank you, Cooper, for sharing all this with us today. There are really beautiful and innovative sites all over OpenSim that are definitely worth checking out, in addition to all the fantastic locations right here in SL. But if you have any questions about accessing OpenSim in particular, please reach out to us here at VWEC for more information. There's a number of us who have been out there quite a bit. Since we have a little bit of time right now, we'll open it up to questions here in just a moment. I want to give you a couple of reminders real fast. You'll be able to find a recording of today's presentation on the VWEC YouTube channel, which I am putting in local chat. And if you'd like a copy of today's slides, you can get them at the board on the side of the deck. It would be to your left. There's a whole bunch of past ones, and the sign for this presentation is one of the bigger ones. Please know that we also welcome new volunteers to help here at VWEC. It's open to anyone interested in teaching and learning in virtual worlds. I have more info I'll give you on that. Our next expert series will feature Gentle Heron's presentation, Misinformation in Science, on Friday, July 25th at 1 p.m. SLT. Please take a note card from the sign to the right of the stage for more information on that. We also have our quarterly meeting coming up on Wednesday, July 9th at 9 a.m. SLT, and that's featuring Tom Bollesdorf, who I believe is here today, actually. And he will be presenting Navigating the Metaverse Together. And I have a note card that I can send that out to y'all. There you go. And to see all the VWEC events, please check out the VWEC Plaza events calendar. And I am putting that in local chat. And you can join us on several social media sites that I am putting up in chat for you right now. Here we go. And we're on Discord and the Second Life server, and you'll want to use Pound Education to access that. And finally, if you're interested in volunteering, I'll give you a couple of names you've seen before: Val Librarian Greg, Ellie Pinion, and Sue Moon Magic. Please reach out to them. We always need assistance. We always want to have people in our at our site so that if you're interested in education in Second Life or in OpenSim, you will be able to talk to somebody live. And finally, please join us for our Friday happy hour at the other end of the deck.